Hey guys, Yuki here, and DJ actually here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up the Assetto Corsa Speed Racer mod. Woohoo! Super fun! I can't believe it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is obviously get Assetto Corsa, and I already have it here, of course. But if I go back to the store and Assetto Corsa. This is the one that you want to get. You just want to get Assetto Corsa, not Competizione or Evolution or any of the new ones. If you want to get it, I recommend just going for the Ultimate Edition. It's always on sale, Assetto Corsa, and the Ultimate Edition just comes with a whole bunch of extra content that a whole lot of mods will be based off of. So I recommend just getting that one instead of the base game. Hello, Lilith. Alright, so once you do that, you're going to want to download it. And what you're actually going to want to do first is just open up Assetto Corsa. So I'm going to go ahead and open it now. And what this does is it just basically creates all the folders that you're going to want for Assetto Corsa. So you can literally open it and then just close it immediately, right away. So you can just give it a second here. And then once it's done doing all the stuff that it needs to do, opening everything, you can just immediately close it afterwards. Hello. I'm doing a video on how to set up the mod right now. Because I promised I would post one on the YouTube channel. So, yippee. Come on, Assetto Corsa. Stop being a loser. Sometimes it can take a while. I'll speed up this bit in post-production, or I'll just clip it all out, you know. That's what's gonna happen. Are we still working here, Assetto Corsa? Or are we just gonna do this for the next hour and a half? I just wanna play some Persona 5. How's your day going, by the way, milady? How did something so sweet tear us apart? Oh, I didn't take your ship and then did we get so far? Let's try this again. Yes or no? Okay. Load all your shit. Assetto Corsa, go ahead. Tiring? Yeah, I know. It can be a bit tiring. I know. Just Not doing much, or winding now down, or down now finally? I'm just gonna get stuck on this 100% loading screen, am I not? Working on your game? You have to show me it once you're done. Or even just the progress. I would love to see the progress. I think it'd be really cool. Anyway, I'm gonna say that's good enough, so we're closing Assetto Corsa now. So what you want to do next is you want to just go online and literally search up Content Manager, find the Assetto Corsa Club Content Manager, open it, and scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says download Content Manager. You just click the download button there, and you'll get this zip file called latest here. You simply pull it out onto, let me download it again then, I guess. Alright, so you download it just like this, easy enough. You copy it to your desktop and you can just extract it here using whatever you like, and boom, you have Content Manager now. Next, you just open it up by double clicking on it, and it's going to ask you to find your Assetto Corsa root folder. It's also going to ask you if you want to install any of these plugins. You don't have to, but 7-zip is always nice to have, so you can install it if you want. You put your name in here, Steam ID, find your Assetto Corsa root folder. For me, this would be I think it's my L drive. You basically just find your Steam library. So the other way you can do this, of course, is if you go to Steam and you go to your library and to your app like this, you can just simply right-click manage, right-click manage, browse local files, and it'll bring it up and it'll tell you exactly where it is. So mine is in storage space L, and then Steam library, Steam apps, common, and then Assetto Corsa, and that is my root directory there. Perfect. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Then you just hit OK, and it should open up Content Manager just like this. The first thing you're going to want to do is update it. So I'm going to start by obviously doing that first. We're going to update Content Manager. Next, we are going to go to the settings. This is the first thing that you have to do in order for this to work, so please pay attention here. So first you're going to go to your settings, and then you're going to go to custom shaders patch, and you want to make sure that you are on the most recent version. Sometimes when you download, it'll be on like 0.1.76. You want to go straight to 2.11 or whatever the latest version is for you at that time. Next, do I have all my tracks? I do. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to find the Discord server. I have it in the link of I have it in the description of every single one of my videos, and it is the link to this server right here, the T180 Garage Assetto Corsa server. This also has a good guide for players who are just starting out, but I'm making this one because people don't like following guides. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to go to the announcements right here. So the announcements has all of the stuff made by Ouya himself, including the cars and some of his tracks. So we're going to find the most recent car update, which is this one right here, V0.10.1 as of right now, and you can just click it to open up his GitHub right here. Awesome. With the GitHub open, you simply find the assets here, and you can click on to download the Assetto Corsa one here. You can also do this via his Overtake link here, which is just as good. After this is downloaded, a cool thing about Content Manager, and one of the main reasons you will get it, is because you can simply drag and drop whatever you download into it like this. And as it says over here, you click the 3 lines and you just hit install, and it should bring everything in properly. Perfect. Awesome. So now you should be able to come over here and find the cars. So it will be under SAMD, Racer Motors, Uniron, and a couple other brands as well. And you should have a few cars like this Mach 6 here. You won't have as many skins as me, but we can remedy that in about 2 seconds. So that's just all the basic stuff. That's just how to get the mod working. Now, if you hop into a race, you can indeed do it. One of the other things, like I said, if you're looking for tracks, you can scroll up here and find this one right here, which is a layout of Nordschleife. This requires the DLC track to actually play. That's why I recommended getting the Ultimate Edition. Then here is Nordic Arena, one of the tracks that he's made. This is a custom track, and then the test track above it, which is the same thing. These are both tracks that you can download, and it's the exact same process. You go to Overtake. If you don't have an Overtake account, you can just make one or log into yours if you do have one, and then you would simply just download the file. There'd be a download button right about here, and you do the exact same thing where you drag and drop it into Content Manager, hit the 3 lines right here, and just hit install. And then you would have the tracks right here in the track category. If you go to all, you can even search them up. So I can search up Nordic Arena. You can find Nordic Arena or Nordschleife. When you get the Nordschleife, it will be a variation. So you have to find the track and then click the one that says T180. So now we're going to move on to the additional things that you can do for the mod to make it better for you. So one of them is going to be the add-ons. If you go to the add-ons here, there is a whole bunch of extra stuff that you can download. This is in the Discord server. I might be blocking it a little bit, but there is a thing here that says add-ons. You just simply click that. It's one of the channels that you can get, and it will bring up this huge channel here that has a whole bunch of things on it. So for example, this is a custom car that was just released. Awesome. Then there is a new track, a few tracks here. This is Aurora Cryopticon. This is the track that I use the most often here. I can show you how to download it. Very easy. So you simply start by clicking the Patreon link here, like he has. And then you can simply hit the download button here and find the attachment under it, download it as you would before, and you can simply drag and drop it into the Assetto Corsa folder. But just to show you, because a couple things will require a manual install, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So for a manual install, all you'd want to do is you'd want to do what you did with the Content Manager. So you drag this onto your homepage from your downloads like you have before. You drag the file onto the homepage and extract it. Now you have the file. Next you go to Content Manager and you can right click on the tracks here and hit the folder button to open where your tracks will be. So this is going to open the specific track, but you can just go back to the tracks one and it should have all your tracks here. And then next you just take this folder that you have here, drag and drop it into there, and it would automatically download. Awesome. Now, one of the main things that you are going to want to get is a mod called the T180 camera. It's right here. It's custom under custom chase cam. So this is the T180 chase cam on overtake.gg. You just simply hit the visit site to open it. I'm going to log in, but I'm going to do that off screen. Like I said, you guys can also make your own account and everything. Feel free to. Open it again, boom. And then you hit the download button like this. Awesome, and it opens, or it gives you the file here. Now this one requires a manual install though. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the thing that I just showed you how to do before. Content Manager. Right click anywhere and just hit folder to open up your Assetto Corsa root folder here. And then you're going to want to backtrack to Assetto Corsa. So you can simply do that by just hitting the button here. And then you're going to take the file from the chase cam right here. And you're just going to drag and drop it in here like this. If it tells you to replace anything, don't worry, you can just do that. And it should work now. I believe you may have to go to settings, chase camera here. And then this lets you actually control the distance and everything from your camera. If you go to custom shaders patch, and then is it this one? Let me find it. I don't even remember if it is needed to be done here. Yes, chaser camera. You can change, so you go to the extensions, chaser camera, and then T180 camera, and make sure it's activated. And you can change the FOV, the FOV limit, dead zones for your controllers, everything like that. And if you come over here to the chaser cam, this still changes the T180 camera as well. So you can use these to change the height, the pitch, and the distance. Awesome. So that's the T180 camera installed. It's super easy. Next, we're going to keep keeping at it. So another cool mod that you can do is the Universe Categories mod here, which is the same thing. You can download it on overtake.gg, and what this will do, if you download it here, then you can go to your downloads as you've done before now, and find your Assetto Corsa root folder like I did before. I still have it open because I haven't closed it yet, but if you have, you can just do the exact same thing. Bam. And how do I do this? I'm not sure how to install this mod. I'm gonna give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm gonna learn it. Okay, so you're gonna start by going into the search menu here and just type %appdata. I think that's how you do it, right? I think I might be stupid. How do I open the start menu again? Me when I'm actually brain dead, guys. I'm so sorry. There we go. So you just go to your app data by doing what I just did. and then you want to go local AC Tools Content Manager, and then just take the file from before that I just showed you, the universes one. Oh, sorry, I closed it. Universes, where is it? Right here. So universes, and then you can just drag and drop it in here like this, and that should do that. Close all this, close all that, close all that, and close all that. If I open Content Manager, I'm not exactly sure how it works, I'm to be honest, but that should have worked. I've never used the mod before though, so who knows. Let's go back to the Discord though. Let's try one or two more add-ons. So the next one we're going to do is the skins. So if you want to add skins to your cars, one awesome cool way that you can do it is literally by just coming over here and finding the one that says MTB's T180 skin pack. This one is by far the biggest skin pack in the server, and it's kept rather up to date as well. So you simply just download it, open Content Manager like you've done so many times before, and you can just drag and drop the file into the Content Manager, or you should be able to. Or you can manually install it as well, as I've shown you before. If I hit install, it will slowly install every single one of these. Awesome. Cool. Then you can go to your cars, such as the Mox, or even the Uniron here, Uniron Proto, and it will have all the skins here downloaded for you to use, as you can see. Awesome. Very cool. So next I'm going to move on from downloads and stuff like that, and we're going to go into actually driving the cars. So okay, let's grab a Mach 6 here, and let's grab a track. So let's do the test track. Actually no, let's do Aurora, because Aurora is better for me showing you guys how to do it. So I assume you'll be playing on steering or on controller most likely, but I have a steering wheel here, so we're going to do a bit of a steering wheel tutorial. There we go, perfect. Steering wheel is on. So one of the main things, let me just check my settings really quick, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I think we should all be good. Custom shaders patch is fully up to date. I don't have a Logitech. If you do have a wheel, simply what you're going to want to do to set it up is you go to Assetto Corsa, and then you go to Controls, and then you change your input method from keyboard and mouse to wheel. I actually don't have it set up right now, so it's good that I'm doing this. Then you simply click the steering and you turn your wheel, and it will automatically find out what it's like, and you can turn it left to the right, and you see how that little red dot's moving. That's how it knows how far my steering wheel is able to turn. So my steering wheel actually has a bit farther range than it thinks it does, so I can turn it up a little bit more, and I think it's got 180 degrees of range or something like that. Awesome. Then you do the same thing, you find your throttle, you press it down. For me, my throttle says clutch pedal, even though it is not, and it thinks when I'm not pressing it down, it's fully pressed down, and when I am pressing it down, it's not pressed down. So what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to invert it like this, and then it knows that this is my gas pedal, and when I press it down, it does that. Let's do the same thing with the brake. Now the brake is the same way for me, unfortunately, so just simply hit invert, and it works properly now. Next, you're going to want buttons. So buttons are very important to this mod. One of the main things that you are going to want to get is a back to pits button. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. And you simply go to the system tab here. and then you go to, you see all of these things on the side here. There's one that says back to pits, teleport to pits, and you simply hit that and you bind it to a button on your steering wheel by just hitting that button. So you can click to assign, hit button L2, awesome. And you can do that for any of these that you want to do. Another main one that you might want to do is what's it called? Changing your view. So you have change camera right here. Click that, bind it to a button, boom. Awesome. I'm actually going to change the binding of that button. Perfect. Okay, so next, the last thing that you're going to want to download before you before you get into the thing is you're going to want to download something called Extended Controls. So Extended Controls is a app that allows you to get the most out of the T180. It is very much needed. Let me see. Yes, so if you want to get Extended Controls, it is a Assetto Corsa app, like right under all these Python apps here, just like this. And the way that you're going to get it is by going on to, this is the way that I did it at least. I'm not sure if there is another way to do it. And then Assetto Corsa, Extended Controls, boop, easy. And then overtake.gg, this is the main website for all of this stuff. And then the same thing where you just open it and you can drag and drop it into here. Lua app, Extended Controls, and you hit install, and it should all be good now, I believe. We'll find out when I get into a game. So then you can just hit go, and it'll just open up a game for you. Easy enough. Okay, so we're not going to do that. We are going to do that, but in a second. So reopen Content Manager after it has just now crashed. I love that for me. And I'm going to realize that I was in fact in race, when you never want to be in race. You want to be in either hot lap or practice. Hot lap is definitely the best one. You cannot do NPC races on these tracks. They simply do not work. You can turn down your volume like this, awesome, in the audio mixer, which I've just done. Alright, so you're gonna open your all apps thing here, which you simply literally do by just moving your mouse to the right side and then hitting the dots. This will bring up all of the apps that you have downloaded on the side here, and you're just going to scroll down and find the one that says Extended Controls, if it worked properly, which it should have. Am I special? I might be. Here it is, Extended Controls under Settings, Extended Controls, and it opens up this one right here. So you have your jump jacks. Jump jacks can simply be put on literally anything. Left, right, just like this. Boom. And then the one thing that you really do want is your turbine throttle override, and you want to bind it to something that is easily accessible. If you have a clutch pedal, it will be your clutch pedal by default. Another thing is your lock fronts and lock rears. You don't have to if you want. All these will do is they will literally do that. So if you lock your front wheels, then you cannot turn them. If you lock your rear wheels, you cannot turn those. Now that was the sound of me realizing that I never actually bound how to shift up and down. So we're gonna go back to settings. We're gonna go to Assetto Corsa controls, buttons, shifters, next gear, right paddle, previous gear, left paddle, and we're going to open the game again. Yippee! Cool. So this will give you the awesome feeling of driving the car. Yippee! This car is awesome. Now remember, I had you bind that change camera button before. This is where we're going to use it. So you're going to switch your camera, and you're going to use your T180 cam. Now you can use it automatically. Boom! Doesn't that look awesome? So now I'm going to show you three things, three very important things. You know what? I'll show you right now with a demonstration. I'll do a demonstration. Watch this. So we're going to do a quick run here. Nice and clean, nice and easy, all the way through here. So once I get to this fast part here, this very fast part, you might see something happen to my car. Actually, you can't hear it because my car is not going. My car is going too slow. So my car's topping out at 600 kilometers per hour. And this is not very good because obviously it wants to go a lot faster than that. So we're going to go back to the pits, we're going to hit escape, hit the back to pits button here, and then you're going to go to the gear on the very left side here. So then we're going to go to our gears, and this is where you can individually change how long each gear is. Or you can go to your final drive here and turn it up as much as you want until the max speed is at a reasonable number for you. So I'm actually going to turn my gears up even further because I like going really fast on this track. Perfect. Just like that. And then we are going to we're going to try this out now that I can go a little bit faster. You might have a little bit slower acceleration if you turn up your gears. That's just a consequence of doing that. You also might do that as a consequence. That's just called being bad at video games. So one of the main things that you want to do when driving the T180 is you want to make large use of your turbine. You want to flick it out to the outside of the corner and use it to push you into the corner, like that. So you can see I'm driving along the outside of this corner here, and I'm using the turbine to push me into it, to keep me on the inside of the corner as I keep going. Now obviously that wasn't a good example there, but that's essentially what you want to do. Because the car crab walks sideways like this, as you can tell. Use your turbine to keep you on the inside. Now, a lot of things, that will happen a lot of times, where you just simply flick the car a little bit too far, and it just kind of bugs out. And that's where you want to be able to recover. It is very touchy. It's a very touchy car. So you want to make small adjustments, very small movements. I'm barely turning my wheel there. I turn my wheel maybe 5 degrees, and I can take this entire corner. Now, there there'll be a lot of bumps on tracks like this that can very much throw you off. You always want to be watching out for those. Now watch this. I start getting up to speed. Oh, my car's going super fast, right? But I have this weird thing start to happen sometimes when my car gets up to speed. My wheel is shaking a very large amount right now. I know you can't see it, but I promise you it is. And once I get to the flat area here, you'll see it as well. Let's get to this little part here. So you see how my car is shaking? It's almost vibrating. There we go. It started very much vibrating right there. That is another problem that these cars have, and I'm going to show you how to fix it now too. So if you go to back to pits, and you go back to your gearing here, you want to go to the steer control tune, and you want to change the yaw rate power down to 5. Next, this is your arrow and your stabilizer angle. You may feel your front end lifting off the ground, and you may find it hard to accelerate. This is basically what controls your aerodynamics. So if you turn this down, you will stick more to the track. So I'm at 12 right now. I like to put it at 8 for this track because this also affects how your car takes a jump. So the lower it is, the less time you will have in the air. So this is a very jump heavy track. So let's say I put it down to 4 here. Maybe, actually no, let's put it down to 0. The 0 is between 0 and -5 is what most people will do if you're playing the Nordic Arena track. I'm just going to do a quick run here. See, like that. Sometimes the car just doesn't react the way you want it to, and that's something that you have to get used to. It just pops off the ground a little bit and it doesn't work properly. It's just the way the tracks are. Or your wheels kind of get like in a weird spin like there, where you can't control it no matter what you're doing. Like I'm trying to control them right there. I literally couldn't do anything. And you just, that's one of the main problems that people have. They just lose control of their car like that. And there's really nothing you can do when you get to that scenario, except to lock your tires to force them to reset, basically. And I ain't doing all that, so... So we're going to, the reason we downloaded T180 Cam is because when you're doing loops like this, the normal Assetto Corsa camera cannot take it and will flip upside down and invert, and you will have no idea where you're going. So that's why you need the T180 camera. It's basically essential. Yes, you can take this at full speed. We used to brake immediately afterwards, so you can take this corner. My wheels are doing weird things again there. So the reason why you don't turn it down a lot is because when you get to a jump like this one around here, even if I go as fast as I possibly can, there was no way I was making that. So that's why you want to keep it at a decent number. Like this. So a good general tune is stabilizer angle 8. Gear ratios, fast if you're on a fast track. You can keep them short if you're on the test track. Yaw rate power at 5. And then one other thing you can do is you can turn your fuel down to 1 later. This just saves a bit of weight on your car. That's it. That's all it does. And I like it because it gives you it just gives it feels like you get a little bit more acceleration out of it, you know? A bit more acceleration. So you can plug it into a corner and use your boost there to keep you on track. Like this, taking this corner really fast. Using the boost here to keep me on the track. Boosting, keep me on the inside there. It's also just good for acceleration, the boost. So my car is actually out of fuel right now, fun fact, because of another little thing that I completely forgot to tell you about. So you're going to want to go to and hit exit here, and you're going to want to go to these three little dots, or these three little dots next to the tire blanket, right under here. Boom. Hit that. And then you see all this cool stuff right here, all these cool things that you don't need any of. So you can take the tire wear, just turn it down to 0. You don't want your tires wearing. You can take the mechanical damage on your car and turn it down to 0 so that when your car is inevitably scraping the ground, it doesn't break itself. You want to take your fuel consumption, you can put that right back to 0. Factory, automatic clutch, yes please. Auto blip, automatic shifting, only if you're a loser. And then ideal line if you need it, of course. That's basically everything to do with the mod, guys, I'm gonna be honest. Like, that's the whole thing. It's that simple. It says the guy who just made a 40-minute video. Anyways, yeah, that's basically the entire stream. I just wanted to basically get on a fresh install on my computer. So you can see this isn't my normal background. It's basically like a fresh install. And show everyone how to do it. So if you have any if you have any questions, you just throw them in the comments. I'll answer them. I got nothing better to do anyway. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Toodles. See you later.